Bliss for, and today this is an unexpected video. This is because we got the Charlotte Tilbury matte blush wand, and I got it in one color because I wanted to see if I liked the formulation. I got it in the Pillow Talk. Usually I am not necessarily an all things Pillow Talk person. The Pillow Talk lipstick is a little too light for me and a little too cool, so I end up looking kind of ghoulish. But I did pick up today the medium intensity of the Pillow Talk lip cheat to try out. My order, oh my god, Charlotte, came in a day. Basically I ordered it in the morning, and by the next day mid-afternoon it arrived. So there's your bar. I hope Pat McGrath is listening, because this was stellar, really good. Karen Harris had posted, I was already signed up on the website for the early access, and Karen Harris had posted that it launched before I even got my Charlotte Tilbury email for early access, and so thank you, Karen Harris. So I'd bopped over there, picked up a shade. Now, after seeing some of the other creators who got different colors, I do think I will pick up the peach. The pink may be a little bit light, but the peach one I'm there for, and the red one probably not, just because red tends to look burny on me. Not like Sanders, but like been in the sun too long. So anyway, we got that. We got a lip cheat. I did pick up and I just snapped it shut, the Lunar New Year edition of the Flawless Filter powder. And then I had already gotten this earlier. This is the Lunar New Year lip formula. This is a brighter orangey red. We're not going to use that today because we're going to go in that kind of mauve-y Pillow Talk sort of formulation, but I just wanted to show you the really pretty packaging on that. And that's really why I got this. The powder's all right. It's pretty good. Maybe not my favorite, but like it's really hard for me to have a favorite setting powder so much. But anyway, it's just the normal otherwise. It's fairly light, compact, so it's not heavy. It is pretty easy to open with hand issues. So I already today have on some, I use my Dior Backstage because I'm trying to use through that and reacquaint myself with why I liked it, because lately the fragrancing has been a little bit too much for me. I know I'm going to have a walk and a shower later today, so I'll be able to take this off on my lunch break. I've been up since 5:30-ish, but I'm on my second cup of coffee now, so you know, we're moving forward. So I'm going to do a light dusting over my Dior, and this is just a translucent sort of a powder for me. And this is the shade 1 Fair, so it's really just finishing powder. And I'm not going to use too much because I was watching one of the other creators, and for her, if she powdered, these were moving on her. I tried it without any powder yesterday, did great. So we're gonna be testing that out. Now I'm gonna insert a picture of the lip cheat, and then a deep swatch of this, and then one that's sheared out. Now, one thing you will notice, this is definitely a matte formula, okay? In the deep swatch, you'll definitely see that. And also it reads a cooler mauve in the deeper swatch. When you start shearing it out, it reads a little bit warmer. And that's because there's the ability with this to have flow through of color and pigment. So if you, and that's when I was watching Babs Beauty, and she was talking about, well, it's a sparkly, it has some luminosity to it, not like the other light wands, but she was seeing some luminosity. And what I believe was happening, and it kind of panned out for me, if you have anything underneath, any of your face cream that's luminous, if you put on a primer that's luminous, that luminosity will show through this when it's blended out. I noticed yesterday I was wearing a very brightening eye cream, and it came down through here on the occipital bones through there, and I could see it. So when I applied this, whenever I came up to that and I sheared it out, it did have the wash of color, but I could also see the luminosity that was left from my eye cream underneath it. So as far as I can tell, that's what's going on. It is matte, but when you shear it out, it will show through anything that you have underneath it. So if you have something brightening, it's gonna show. So anyway, I'm not gonna do bronzer today because we just really want to see this color, but I am going to, after this, go back and play with some of my things that I got over holiday. I got some lovely the tiny, the little beauty light ones, and I got also some eye color. So we're gonna do it all. Okay, so I'm going to, this is another one that you have to open, twist it so it's open and closed. And I'm going to be applying it with my trusty toast sponge, but I'm going to be using this. This is a one size toast, super cute. Yeah. I'm going to be applying it dry because I don't want to get water in the mix of this at this point in time because it shears out by itself. Okay. And it comes out, what I would suggest is tapping if you don't want a full deep color rather than applying it directly. But with this, I really think it shears out. So if you're applying it straight on, just, quickly go through and put it where you want it because it will dry. Now this is not like, and I'll do some swatches comparisons with the Rare Beauty liquid blush, the cheek pinch one. This is going to be more sheer. It's not quite as pigmented, which for a lot of people is going to be a good thing. And also both of those set down, which is lovely, which I like. I don't like, things that stay creamy or catchy or whatever with that. I like mine to set down. But so you're going to see as we put this on, it goes pretty quickly. So, and you can apply this with fingers or a brush or however you like to do it. So I'm going to start tapping. And then I could either take the clean side of my sponge and I could go back to the product side of my sponge to get a little more. And the clean side. Blend it out. Okay, but you can see that's pretty fast. I'll do just a finger application on this side so you can see that. See, and I can get pretty wild with it, but it's okay. That looks really wild, like I've got a lot of product there. But I can keep blending. But I would say just while you're first practicing with this, it's better to put the product on something and then tap that out and then apply it, because then you know exactly what you're working with. Okay, so it's not really picking up anything for me. And it seems to be doing okay with the powder. Okay, so we've got really nice. And again, I could go ahead and work with this a little bit more, but it's pretty close to being where it's setting down now. This is the point of my cheek that doesn't take color very well, so if I want, I can go back with my sponge and just tap a little bit there. It seems like that's doing okay for picking up color, for getting the color to lay down, is what I'm saying, for that place for me that doesn't like to take color. It's okay on the whole, really liking that, which is maybe a little odd because I'm not necessarily always the one for cream products. I'm very picky about that. Again, I like mine to set down. Oh, and I need to remember to close and lock so I'm not getting color all over the place and losing my product. Okay, so there's that. So I want to go back in so that's Pillow Talk, full size of that. And so for holiday, we got these little beauty light wands. This is the Easy Highlighter Illuminator, and it is in Sunlit, small one. I wish they would come out with one of the bronzers, also on these little guys. Same formulation and everything as the bigger one, just smaller. You're not getting a price break on it. It's not very big, because like if I'm squeezing on that right there, you start your product. But for a lot of these, you don't need a lot, and if you're traveling, this is so perfect and little cute. So anyway, we're gonna do highlighter with the sunlight. And again, I am going to use my sponge. So squeezing up. There we go. That's what takes the longest time, is these squeezing up. All right, so I'm gonna do on the sponge. And it's playing pretty well with everything else. Of course, I can see it better on this side because all of my sunlight is pretty much coming in from that way, because we are in natural light today. Early morning California sun. Okay, and I'm gonna take just a little bit of this. Since we're doing cream on the eyes, I'm not afraid at all to do a little bit of highlighter on the brow bone. Okay, and I'm going to take another dry side of this and just tamp down the highlighter just a little bit, because it's pretty blinding. Okay. And again, if I was feeling like I wasn't getting quite exactly how I wanted my read to go, I could take the blush side again and go back and tap through that to blend it with the highlighter. Or of course, I could do the highlighter first and then apply the blush over that. But again, like I said, with this one, you want to be careful with the placement because it will show through the highlight over the underneath. If you're putting the blush over the highlighter will show through. Okay, so now we're gonna go in. So I got, these are some of the color Chameleon. I got a Smoky Emerald by itself over the holidays, and then they had a set with Smoky Pillow Talk and Pillow Talk. So Pillow Talk and Smoky Pillow Talk came as a set, and it was available on the Charlotte Tilbury website. So I'm going to do my main eye in that, and then I'm going to do some of the lining on the side of it with the green, the Smoky Emerald. I'll play with that. So with these guys, what I want to do, I'm going to do the Smoky Garnet, sorry, Smoky Pillow Talk first. Okay, and good size. These will last for a long, long time. And they are very easy to apply. You can see they're just sliding on there. Now, what I think I'm gonna do is just tap this one. I can come in with a brush if it feels like I'm needing more control. But I think for right now, we can just tap it out. We're gonna have to wash our hands anyway. We've been using our hands a lot. Okay, so I'm just tapping it out a little bit, getting it to settle in. I don't have any eye primer, just my moisturizer for my eyes. If you saw my bathroom tour, you notice I have a lot of eye products. That is my biggest skin concern, and so I have the most products involved in that. Okay, so I'm just kind of tapping out the sides. And like I said, if I wanted more control, I could do a brush. And also you can use a brush to apply it. You don't have to apply it just directly to the eye if you're not comfortable with that. And like I said, you can always play with your makeup first before it's critical that you go out of the house and look okay. So then we're going in with the Pillow Talk into the side of it, and then we'll finish with a little bit of the Smoky Emerald for the outer and the under and the lining. So I'm making sure I'm getting that. Just glides on really, really creamy. And you can experiment with these. For some people, depending on how oily your eyes are, what you're using for your eye treatment. For some people, products like these may crease. You might need a different, like a powder or a foundation or an eye primer. But for me, these wear pretty well just as is. Okay, so I'm gonna go under just a little bit here. Okay, and now we're ready for the green. Okay, here we are, the Smoky Emerald. And I'm gonna apply this just like an eyeliner, and then up there I'll blend it out. So we're gonna go under first. And then along the second half of the lash line. And then bring it up just a little bit to give that definition. So I've got kind of the idea of the upward motion, and I can tap if I feel like I'm getting too definitive of a line right through there. And so we'll go over to the next one, the other eye. Now, because the shape of my eye, I tend to get a little bobble right there, so I'm trying to work with that. And go up a little bit. Do a little tap. Okay. All right, so we're looking very Pillow Talky. So we're gonna add some mascara and then go on to the lip. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. If you notice, I do not do brows. Part of that is because my brows tend to itch a lot, and so anything I put on them is just not going to be staying there, and it's going to be driving me nuts even more. And the other thing is, because I wear my glasses and they have the very definitive rimming on them, I don't necessarily need the added stuff for my eyebrow. And you'll see, this is why I said we're definitely going to wash our hands from all the dabbing and blending. Okay, so we're going to go into the lip now. I'm going to use the lip cheat in the medium intensity of the Pillow Talk. It does come in another one down. Okay, so we've got that lined, and I'm going to be doing the chic pink again. I always have to look, yeah, the chic pink, because I don't have the medium intensity of the Pillow Talk. Again, it's just a tad bit cool on my skin, and this tends to be a little warmer, and this is the Kissing formula. So I like the light read of this. So it's still a light pinky color. It was slightly warmer, slightly lighter than like the medium intensity. But I really like the Kissing formula. It has a good body to it. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light where it's just gonna whisk away. You will need to reapply it. It's not a long lasting. But it does have a good body, and it has a nice slip and lovely vanilla fragrance. So I haven't really felt the need to go back in and get one of the Matte Revolution formulas of the medium Pillow Talk yet. I have a lot of other lipsticks to go through before we get there. Okay, so there's that. Feeling good about that. So let me put on my spectacles. Hello, and we'll talk. Okay, so let me show you. I've got a couple of different of the Rare Beauty that we can look at. Of the liquid pinch blushes, but we'll go ahead and see what we feel like matches the most. I'm gonna do a swatch of this guy first. Okay, and again, this is natural lighting, so we're okay. So of the ones that I have, I prefer the matte of these guys. Other people prefer the one that has the sheen to it, but I prefer the matte. So most of the ones that I have are the matte. This one is Peace. So we're gonna do a fairly full-bodied swatch so you can see coming in. Now I'm gonna hazard a guess that Peace is gonna be closer to the Peach and the Charlotte Tilbury from the swatches that I saw. Okay, so there's the Peace. Now you can see this is still wet, so there's a little bit of read, but it will dry, and like the picture that I showed you, it will be more matte leaning. And then this is Hope. Do a swatch of Hope. I love the names of the Rare Beauty. Now this is probably closer to the pink of the Charlotte Tilbury. Now I will be double checking, like I said, I will probably pick up the Charlotte Tilbury one in the peach, but that's the Rare Beauty. And then this one I think is just a little bit closer to the light pink. It's maybe between the Charlotte Tilbury light pink and the Pillow Talk, but we'll definitely see later. And then this one is Bliss. I will never make it through this bottle. I don't believe ever. If I were to coat my entire body several times, I don't think that I would make it through it. So Bliss is also the lighter pink and a little warmer. So we're not exact on this with any of these, but I'd say this comes the closest. And so let me get up a little bit closer. So there's the Charlotte Tilbury, and there's my favorites with the, So this kind of looks like the peach one might. This is probably closer, the Bliss is probably a little closer to the pink, although this has a little bit of a peachy to it also. And then that one, so I'd say that's probably closest. I got Peace, Hope. So it looks like the Hope may be the closest that I have. I know Rare Beauty has lots of other ones that she's come out with, but those are the ones that I had to go to comparison. Okay, so there's the Charlotte. And as it's drying, you can see it's losing its sheen to it. So it's gonna be fully matte here in a little bit. But anyway, so this is my look. I might, again, powder, it's all set. There's nothing at all damp or tacky or anything. It's all feeling like right here maybe is just a little bit, but I think again that's where my eye cream is coming into the picture. So there's maybe just a little, just a wee bit. I guess I should be careful tapping because I still have green on my finger. But anyway, let me get a little closer. Don't panic. Okay, so far so good. I think I'm gonna enjoy wearing this blush. I think it goes well with some of the other liquid products that I have. So I'm pretty excited about that. We will come back and let you know how everything wears and how it's going. So I do expect, like I said, that I will maybe pick up the peach in this just to see. Again, Charlotte, thank you for your speedy shipping. That was very nice. A very, very refreshing sort of a thing. And then the last thing I wanted to share, my wonderful friend Z got me a book for my birthday. This is from Sark, the Eat Mangoes Naked. So I'm really excited. It's both an activity book, beautiful colors, beautiful thoughts, and I'm really looking forward to playing in this to make my life brighter. I did do my One Brave thing yesterday, so hopefully today we're going to continue that trend towards building our bravery muscle. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.